The story begins in a mysterious world deep beneath the Earth's surface, thousands of kilometers down. From the sky to the depths of the water, dangerous creatures ruled the place. Here, we see the guardian of this world, King Kong, arriving at the edge of a lake with a little monkey. But he had no idea he was about to fall into a trap that had already been set. The little monkey suddenly sensed a big danger lurking in the lake. Still, he deliberately pushed Kong to step into the water. But his cunning didn't fool Kong. He couldn't. He just took a light sniff of the air around and immediately knew he was going to get a good catch today. Without saying a word, King jumped straight into the lake and started bathing calmly. Meanwhile, the little monkey got nervous, worried his move might be noticed, so he pretended to drink water. Suddenly, a strange creature started rushing towards them at high speed. Anyone bathing would have sensed the danger. As soon as he turned around, a huge dragon opened its big mouth and lunged at him. Seeing this, the little monkey realized his plan had worked. He immediately started running towards the shore to save himself. Meanwhile, King Kong had won every fight on land, but this was his first time facing such an enemy in the water. Just as Kong was figuring out his opponent's moves, the dragon suddenly pulled him straight into the lake. But little did the dragon know how dangerous Kong gets when he's angry. Meanwhile, the little monkey was thinking he had finally escaped King Kong for good. But the next moment, King Kong's massive weapon came crashing down right in front of him. Before the little monkey could even react, Kong smashed the dragon's severed head right there. He threw it in front of him. Seeing this, the little monkey thought Kang was going to beat him up badly. But Kang didn't do anything. Instead, he picked up his axe and motioned for him to move forward. The monkey didn't know that King Kang had been wandering alone in this world for thousands of years, searching for someone like himself. He stayed hungry every day, and dangerous wolves around here often chased him, making his life miserable. Whenever hundreds of wolves surrounded him, he'd somehow escape by jumping away. But this time, the pack of wolves didn't chase him. He stopped. They kept trying to surround him. Finally, when he reached the edge of a deep ravine with no way to escape, he had no choice but to turn around and get ready to fight. The wolves thought this time the hunt would be easy, but they had no idea that Kang had already set a trap. As soon as one wolf jumped, Kang's trap suddenly sprung, and the wolf got caught immediately. As it fell into the pit, sharp wooden spears pierced right through it. Seeing the perfect moment, Kang quickly lifted a heavy tree trunk and they threw them into the pit. As each trap went off one by one, big rocks started tumbling down the mountain, trapping the wolves trying to escape. But even after the smoke cleared, some wolves were still alive and weren't ready to give up their prey. Angry, King Kong grabbed a dead wolf and, showing off his strength, tore it in two. Seeing this, the other wolves got scared, tucked their tails, and ran away. Even though he caught his prey, King Kong didn't look happy at all because his rotten tooth was really bothering him. Meanwhile, a lizard hiding nearby spotted a chance, grabbed a piece of meat, and started to run off. King Kong lunged to stop it right away, but then he heard a sound coming from afar. Hearing that roar from the valley, he thought maybe one of his own was calling him, so he immediately ran toward the sound. But when he got there, all he found was a weird frog making a noise just like his. After wandering alone for years, he was still by himself, and that emptiness was breaking him inside. Finally, the toothache forced him to ask humans for help. Even though he didn't want to, he made his way into the human world. As soon as he got there, King Kong collapsed on a hill and started waiting for help. Just then, by chance, some scientists spotted him. But in their panic, the humans gave him a heavy dose of anesthesia for safety, which knocked him out right there. After that, they called the city's most famous dentist. Without wasting a second, the dentist tightly tied a strong steel wire to pull out the rotten tooth. As this was happening, Kong let out a rotten, stinky breath. With everything ready, just as the spaceship suddenly shot up, then shook violently, and Kong's huge teeth flashed out. When Kong woke up, he noticed his old teeth had turned into strong titanium alloy ones. With these new teeth, he felt way more powerful, like he could take on anyone. But just then, the lab suddenly got an emergency signal from Kong's world, shocking everyone. To figure out what was going on, the scientists quickly put together a rescue team and kicked off the mission. Together with Kong, they stepped through that portal. He took a leap straight into Kang's world. As they moved forward, their spacecraft suddenly got pulled down fast, and within moments they entered that mysterious place. When Kang got home, he saw his food was missing. Without wasting time, he grabbed his axe and headed straight to the rocks. There, he noticed a faint blue light shining from a deep crack that caught his attention. Wanting to find out the truth, he didn't hesitate and jumped right into the depths. As he landed in complete darkness, his axe started glowing all by himself. When the light lit him up, he saw shiny, strange stones scattered all around, reacting to the light. Suddenly, a scary roar echoed from afar. Following the sound, he crossed the waterfall and discovered a new, hidden world. Moving forward slowly, he caught a weird smell that somehow pulled him in. Just then, a huge, dangerous shadow appeared right in front of him. Seeing it, King Kong quickly grabbed his axe, ready to fight. When they faced each other, the distance kept closing in. The huge shadow gradually got smaller, and when it came up close, the truth turned out to be something else entirely. It wasn't some monster after all, but a small, innocent monkey with yellow hair, which even surprised him. For the first time in thousands of years, seeing someone like himself, King Kong immediately bowed his head and lowered his weapon. Then, to make friends with the monkey, he reached out his hand. He thought the little monkey would be happy to see someone like him. But suddenly, the monkey bit King Kong hard. After struggling so much to find someone like himself. Later, King Kong didn't want to let him go that easily. So, he started chasing after the monkey. But suddenly a scary shadow appeared behind him, which shocked him badly because he had never seen a bald gorilla his size before. Just as Kong began moving toward him, two long-armed gorillas came up from behind and slammed him hard onto the ground. The bald guy's smiling face made it clear they were there to fight. So, King Kong decided to fight back. He immediately grabbed a rock, and he went straight for the gorilla. Angry, the bald guy also charged at him. But King Kong cleverly outsmarted him too. In no time, he was knocking everyone down. Even when the bald guy grabbed an axe, he couldn't do anything and got completely beaten. Just as King Kong moved to pick up his weapon, a small yellow monkey suddenly ran up and tried to attack him by jumping at his face. Seeing this, King Kong caught him too and used him as a weapon to thrash the rest of the gorillas. Although they all knew that, they couldn't take on King Kong. Still, they kept attacking him one by one. Meanwhile, a monkey accidentally fell into a pit, but King Kong quickly grabbed him and pulled him up. Instead of being thankful, the monkey picked up a knife from the ground and stabbed King Kong. Seeing this, King Kong got furious and kicked him hard, throwing him back into the deep pit. Seeing this, Ganja got scared and immediately turned to run away. King Kong picked up a nearby stone and threw it at him, hitting him right on the head. The injury. Muttering something, he ran off without looking back. Just then, King Kong grabbed the monkey hiding among the trees, pulled him out, and slammed him hard onto the ground. Then he picked up a fallen knife and signaled the little monkey to take him to the gorilla's hiding spot. The poor little monkey had no choice but to move forward, with King Kong right behind him. As they went deeper, they started seeing all kinds of dangerous animals. But in this seemingly peaceful place, at every step, the danger was hiding. The little monkey cleverly led him to the area where the giant dragon lived to escape. But little did he know, this trick wouldn't last long in front of King Kong. Suddenly, a huge dragon appeared right in front of him. But instead of getting scared, Kong finished it off in just a few minutes and then calmly sat down to eat it. Seeing this, the little monkey wanted to come closer too, but he was too scared to gather the courage. Seeing his condition, King Kong broke off a piece of meat and reached out to him. Still, the monkey couldn't trust him at all. Seeing this, King Kong got angry and threw the meat on the ground, like saying, "If you want to eat, eat. If not, get lost." Starving and desperate, the monkey immediately started eating the meat. And with every bite, his attitude began to change. He realized that King Kong wasn't as bad as he had thought. Slowly, he mustered up the courage, came over, and sat beside King Kong. And the two of them quietly spent time together. In that moment, it felt like a father sharing a peaceful moment with his child. But they had no idea, as they kept moving forward, the danger was closing in on them fast. When they went deeper, King Kong finally spotted others like him. But his heart broke seeing how badly they were living. They were forced to work all day long, and their lives were nothing short of hell. At that moment, an old monkey accidentally dropped a stone, and the gorilla, furious, beat him badly. Seeing this, King Kong couldn't hold himself back and slammed his axe hard on the ground. Shouting at the old monkey, he picked it up. Right then, the guard nearby stormed toward King Kong, warning him to back off. But King Kong's boldness sparked hope in the other monkeys. Just then, a fleeing bald guy saw everything. He immediately ran to the king here, Scar King, and told him everything. Hearing the gorilla's words, Scar King exploded with anger. As soon as he stood up from his throne, Every monkey in his path bowed down before him. But King Kong stood his ground, fearless. Scar King looked at him closely and into King Kong's face. Seeing the iron teeth, he burst out laughing. But the next moment, to vent his anger, he kicked a monkey and threw it into the boiling lava. Seeing this, King Kong's fury hit its peak. To show his strength, Scar King pulled out a weapon from his shoulder and got ready to teach King Kong a lesson. King Kong immediately grabbed his axe, and a fierce fight broke out between them. Thanks to his long weapon, Scar King launched a sudden attack, and King Kong couldn't even steady himself for a moment. Then Scar King pressed down with his weapon, using the crystal. He landed several blows on Kong. Angry, Kong lunged at him. Strength-wise, he couldn't match King Kong. So, he kept his distance and kept attacking, slowly forcing King Kong to back off. Meanwhile, King Kong's axe slipped from his hand and fell to the ground. Seizing the chance, he grabbed King Kong by the throat with his weapon and tried to overpower him. Scar King thought he had won the fight, but King Kong summoned all his strength, lifted him up, and slammed him hard onto the ground. King Kong quickly defeated him. That's when Scar King decided he'd only accept defeat after showing his true power. Just as the stone embedded in his weapon started glowing, the gorillas suddenly knocked the stone away, blocking the lava's path. At that exact moment, the terrifying monster hiding in the cave's eyes became visible. The scorching ground suddenly turned to ice, and out came the massive creature Titan Shimo, the very beast that once froze the entire world. Scar King immediately ordered an attack on Kong, but Shimo didn't seem pleased with the command. Just then, but when the pressure increased, he writhed in pain and, out of desperation, launched an attack. King Kong quickly sprang into action and dodged the first strike. Then he tried to steady himself by holding his axe in front, but against Shimo's strength, all his efforts started to falter. Before long, his hand began to freeze and turn to ice. That sudden attack badly injured his right hand, and he started to weaken. Seeing the chance, Scar King immediately ordered to finish him off. Just as the next attack was about to come, just then, a little monkey from behind pointed towards the tunnel and urgently told him to run. At the same time, Shimo, out of desperation, attacked again. Seeing this, King Kong immediately turned around and dashed into the tunnel. But there were still hundreds of dangerous monkeys chasing him. The good thing was that, having lived here for years, Kong had set up many traps in the jungle. However, there were so many monkeys that they quickly cornered the injured Kong in a dead end. Now, he only had this last trap left to rely on. But, the monkeys who kept getting caught on the way suddenly became alert this time. They quickly spotted the vine on the ground that activated the trap. When Kong realized his plan had failed, he thought it was all over for him. Just then, the trap set on the mountain suddenly activated, and hundreds of tons of heavy rocks came crashing down on them, crushing all the monkeys underneath. That's when Kong saw that the one who triggered the trap was none other than the little monkey. Now, Kong was badly injured and couldn't fight, so he leaned on that little monkey for support. Humans started returning, but they had no idea that one monkey was still alive. Meanwhile, the scientists who came with Kong saw that their base was completely destroyed. Then their eyes caught a huge handprint on a rock, leading them to realize that there are more giant creatures like Kong in this world. Soon, they ventured deep into the jungle where they found a hidden device. As soon as the girl pressed it, water started flowing down from several places. The water combined into a strong stream flowing. Inside the jungle, the river started flowing toward it. The scientists followed it and soon found themselves in front of a mysterious magical wall that was hiding an invisible place deep in the forest. As soon as they touched the wall, a blue glow ran through it. Seeing this, they quickly made a hole in the wall, and what they saw next left their eyes wide open in amazement. Behind the wall was a beautiful and mysterious world that no one had ever seen or even heard of before. As soon as the scientists stepped into this world, they suddenly encountered the tribal people of that place. They surrounded us. These people looked human, but their clothes were nothing like what normal people wear. Instead of hurting the scientists, they took them straight to their tribe. When they arrived, they found out these folks had been living underground for thousands of years, guarding a portal that connects directly to the world above. Scar King had been searching this place for years, hoping to use that portal to take over the human world. Just then, King Kong caught the scent of the humans and reached the scientists. But, because of the invisible wall, he couldn't see what was going on inside. So, the tribe people made a crack in that magical wall, and Kong easily slipped through and ended up right among the humans. But what they didn't know was that the monkey following them saw everything. As soon as King Kong reached the humans, he suddenly got weak and collapsed to the ground. The scientists noticed that Kong's hand was badly injured and he couldn't do anything anymore. Seeing this, the doctor quickly decided that Kong's hand would have to be completely replaced. He immediately got the idea of the mechanic arm. It was that same super mechanical arm designed by humans to make others stronger. The good news was that this gadget was still safely stored in the underground mechanical store beneath the ruined base. Soon, the doctor retrieved it from there and placed it directly onto Kwong's body. Right then, the machine automatically recognized Kwong's injured part and started attaching itself. As the special medicine inside the arm entered Kwong's body, the unconscious Kwong suddenly began to feel a surge of new strength. The joy on his face. It was clear that he was really happy with this new weapon. But just then, a little monkey came running out of the jungle and reached him. The monkey told Kong that Scar King had found the location of the portal and was planning to attack the tribe along with Shimo. Kong couldn't face Scar King and Shimo alone, so he had only one option left: go to the human world and wake up Godzilla, who had been sleeping for years. But he had no idea that the one he was calling for help was actually the biggest threat to him. It was about to be proven. Suddenly, the ground around the pyramid started shaking violently, and a mechanical arm emerged from below. This was the spot that opened the portal to the earth. Soon, King stepped out of the portal. The moment Godzilla sensed Kang's presence, he abruptly woke up and without wasting a second, started moving straight towards him. As soon as he reached Kang, Godzilla felt like Kang had come to challenge him. So, without hesitation, he charged at him full speed. The anger burning in his eyes made it clear that he wasn't going to let Kang live. No way. Seeing Godzilla charging straight at him, Kong raised his hands, trying to calm him down. But Godzilla wasn't listening to anything anymore. He slammed into Kong, sending him flying hundreds of meters away. When Godzilla didn't stop, Kong attacked from behind, hoping to somehow calm him down. But as soon as sand got into his eyes, Godzilla got even angrier. He spun around, grabbed Kong's arm in his jaws, and slammed him hard onto the ground, leaving Kong completely dazed. Before Kong could even recover, Godzilla lunged at him again. Words weren't going to help anymore when that didn't work. Kang launched a fierce counterattack. Even though Godzilla was in his most powerful form, Kang wasn't any less with the strength of his mechanical arm. But when Kang realized he couldn't beat Godzilla, he didn't waste a second. He grabbed him and started forcefully pulling him toward the portal. Meanwhile, the tribe mixed a special red liquid into the water to stop Scar King. As soon as the liquid dissolved in the water, a magical transformation began. A system activated that started connecting two giant pyramids. And as these pyramids linked up, gravity stopped for a moment, making everyone float in the air, and it became nearly impossible for Scar King to reach the portal. But Scar King got there before the pyramid fully connected. As soon as he arrived, he spotted the anti-gravity system. He immediately ordered Shimo to block the path between the pyramids with ice. Just then, a bright light shot out from the portal and hit the ground. In the next instant, Godzilla and Kong burst through the rubble. The moment Godzilla saw Shimo and Scar King, I got why Kong brought him here. So without wasting a second, he teamed up with Kong and launched an attack on them. At the same time, Scar King started moving towards them with Shimo. Neither side was weak. As soon as the four clashed, the ice cracked and the pyramids collided. The shockwave from that collision wiped out the gravity in the whole place. Everyone started floating in the air. But even without gravity, Godzilla quickly dodged and charged straight at Shimo. Meanwhile, the clever Scar King grabbed Kong's axe and attacked him with it. But Kong blocked every blow with his mechanical arm. In just a few moments, the tide turned, and Kong started overpowering Scar King. But since the enemies were more in number, they began attacking him from behind. Seeing this, the little monkey picked up a stone and started helping Kong. Just then, Shimo seized the chance to attack Godzilla and quickly froze him completely in ice. But Godzilla wasn't one to back down. He shattered the ice in a single strike. At that moment, the anti-gravity system shut down, and gravity came back. Taking advantage of the moment, Scar King slipped out of Kong's grip and headed straight. He jumped into the portal. Godzilla and Kong immediately followed him to stop him. But in the chaos, Kong left his axe behind. Meanwhile, the humans had no idea what kind of huge danger was about to hit them. Suddenly, the ocean waves froze solid and turned into massive ice mountains. In the next moment, Scar King arrived on Earth with Shimo. Seeing the humans below under the open sky, he let out a powerful roar. Now he felt the time had come to rule the entire world. He ordered Shimo to freeze the sky. Shimo said, "I won't do that." He wanted to. Still, out of desperation, he started unleashing snow everywhere. Before long, Buildings began crumbling all around in the chaos. When Scar King thought no one could stop him now, Kong landed a powerful punch that knocked his 3-ton tooth right to the ground. Furious, Scar King ordered an attack on Kong. But right then Godzilla showed up and stopped Shimo. Without Shimo's help, Scar King couldn't hold out much longer. So, he grabbed a huge building and threw it at Kong. But it didn't really hurt him much. No, that didn't happen. Suddenly, Shimo came from behind and lunged at Kong's mechanical arm. Shimo grabbed Kong's arm again. Seeing this, Scar King thought his victory was certain. But he completely ignored the Godzilla standing right behind him, fuming with anger. Godzilla immediately gathered all his strength, his body glowing with purple light. The next moment, he launched a powerful attack on Scar King. Scar King panicked but somehow managed to dodge. He tried to strike back with his weapon. But Godzilla caught him and ripped him in two with a swift move. He broke it apart, causing the crystal that controlled Shimo to fall to the ground. Scar King lunged to grab it, but Godzilla didn't give him a chance. Now, everything depended on that crystal. Whoever got their hands on it would win the fight. At that crucial moment, the little monkey spotted Kong's abandoned axe. He immediately jumped down, grabbed the axe, and made his way to the human world. As soon as his eyes landed on the crystal on the ground, he didn't waste a second and smashed it to pieces with a single swing of the axe. The crystal, as soon as he broke free, Shimo was completely free. The angry Scar King was about to grab the little monkey and smash him. But Kong jumped in and took him down with just a few punches. Without that crystal, Scar King had become weak. Meanwhile, freed Shimo looked toward Godzilla, like he was waiting for a signal. Then, after thousands of years, he did what he always wanted to do. In an instant, he turned Scar King into an ice statue. The next moment, Kong threw him into the air and slammed him hard. Onto the ground. He totally wiped.